It's the nation's favourite antiques experts.
Which way are the bargains?
Behind the wheel of a classic car.
Do you know where we are?
And a goal to scar Britain for antiques.
Act 1, Scene 1.
The aim, to make the biggest profit at auction. But it's no mean feat. There'll be worthy winners.
We're in the money.
And valiant losers.
Broken. Close your ears.
Will it be the high road to glory?
It's just delightful, isn't it?
Or the slow road to disaster? This is Antiques Road Trip. Yeah. Today we're in Dorset, on the trail of a couple of auctioneers last seen piloting a brightly coloured sports roadster in a highly excitable state.
We are on the road together. It's good, isn't it?
Yes. Yep. That'll be them, all right. Behind the wheel, we have Catherine Southon and by her side, wingman Phil Serrell, both wrapped up warmly against the Wessex winds.
Can I just say, on the subject of scarves, I am the one that wears scarves, not you.
Touch it, feel it.
Pardon?
Feel it.
That's lovely, isn't it?
Quality, that.
Yeah.
But a mutual appreciation of natty knitwear aside, squeezing into a sporty Morgan can sometimes lead to the occasional contretemps.
Do you think you can move your elbow?
Nothing wrong with my elbow.
It's right over my side.
Honestly, it's not all about you, this, you
But
know.
look, this is my side and I need the gear stick, so if you could just
you haven't
move
used
it
it.
over.
Lewis Hamilton never has to put up with that, does he? Phil from Worcester is keen on all sorts of antiques, but he really does love porcelain, especially if it satisfies one key requirement.
It's made in Worcester.
Yep, that's it. While Bromley-based Catherine, although herself a bit of a jewellery expert, is pretty much au fait with anything that might rock up.
In the 1980s, these roller boots were the coolest thing to have.
And it was she who was triumphant at their first sale room showdown.
At £160.
Yes!
1-0. But remember, in our best-of-5 competition, Catherine and Phil still have a long way to go, with many a twist and turn expected. Not that bragging rights shouldn't be fully exercised, of course.
This is a dream. Well, apart from the company, this is a dream.
That's a nightmare, is it?
They started out with £1,500 each, and Phil's got £1,265 left in his kitty, while Catherine has a wee bit less, £1,245. They just have to make the cash, and the car lasts the whole trip.
I'm driving quite smoothly, right?
And not once have I been terrified yet.
They began in Bristol and set about a tour of the west, which will take them to the Channel coast. Then it's inland again towards the home counties and East Anglia, concluding in Aylsham.
I absolutely love this car.
Do you?
It's really smooth. It's smooth and
Bit
sexy.
like me.
And Dorset starts shortly with a joint shopping trip to Shaftesbury. A delightful old hilltop town with views of the Blackmore Vale and an also delightful antique shop close by.
Come on, Phil!
You were going to bring the nice weather with you. What
Yeah, sorry about... Oh, my goodness me, this is horrible.
Get in quickly.
Flying through the door. Sorry. Hello.
Morning.
Bob. Catherine. Well, I'm not Bob. You're Bob.
I'm Bob.
Oh, I thought you were talking to me. I thought you meant Bob.
Bob, Phil. Phil, Bob.
And once everyone has finally been introduced, they can begin to explore the many delights of King Settle antiques.
Catherine!
What? What are you? Oh, this suits you, Phil.
Thank you
That's
very
actually quite
much.
scary. I like the earrings.
Now, while Phil fervently hopes that the mask comes off as easily as it went on, Catherine seems to have spotted something in a cabinet.
Bob, I've never seen these before.
Art Deco drinks markers.
Yeah, I think they're quite nice. When we go to parties, you put your glass down.
You go for a dance.
Go for a little... Do you, Bob? Have a
You go
little
for a dance.
dance.
Yeah,
Have a
I'll
little
go for a
dance. Bob has a dance.
And a lovely mover too, I'm sure.
Have a little dance, and then you come back and you think, now, which one is mine? So if you've got one of these on it, clip it on your drink. That is quite handy.
While these are likely to be silver, without a hallmark, they'll be sold as white metal.
You've got 89 I don't think I would want to go any higher than 40, or at a push 45, and that would be my limit, 45.
I'll let you have them.
For 45?
For 45.
Okay. All right. I'm just going to think on those for a second because I need to go and have a little look.
So, Catherine already has a little something lined up. And Phil's finally getting hands-on.
So it's a red ensign, which is a naval flag, I think. I'm not sure. So presumably this would have been on a ship.
True, and colloquially known as the Red Duster. No price on this one, though.
I think it's quite a cool thing, actually. You'll have to try and buy that. The only disappointing thing about this is there isn't a white one, so I could surrender to Catherine and just disappear into the distance.
Come on, Phil. You're only 1-0 down. Let's put a brave face on things.
That is absolutely horrible. I'm starting to get a bit freaked out in here, actually.
Imagine how they feel. Back to Phil.
This is very much like late Victorian Edwardian Globe Wernick bookcase. It was almost like a student bookcase, so you would see them in Oxford and Cambridge. They're sectional, so they'll all lift off, and you could build it as high as you wanted to. So it's actually, they're quite innovative pieces of furniture. So I'm going to go over and have a word with Bob, and I'm going to try and bid him for the bookcase, which hasn't got a price on it, and for the flag, which hasn't got a price on it.
And luckily Bob's got Phil, it's confusing, who owns them both on the blower.
Got a Globe Wernick 6-stacker bookcase and a red ensign flag hanging on the wall.
How does 250 quid sound, Phil?
Not enough.
Would you want a minute to think about it?
More like
300.
Can I meet you in the middle somewhere?
280 is about. I can't do any less than that.
Do you know what? I like both those, so I'll buy them and
Okay, great.
keep everything I've got crossed.
Thanks, other Phil. That's made up of £220 for the bookcase and £60 for the flag, which is already coming in handy. 985 left. With Catherine still on the lookout for a nice little urn-er.
This looks Victorian to me. We've got these wonderful garlands of swags, these 3 sort of scrolls around the lip of the urn. It's got £85 on it, and I think if I can get that, maybe £40. It's asking a bit too much. £50 maybe.
Could also be described as a jardiniere.
Where's it been? Tell me about your history. What garden have you been in?
Not a dicky bird. Maybe she'll have more luck with Bob. Bob?
Oh, Catherine.
Really enjoyed looking around.
Good.
I did find myself outside looking at a rather nice garden urn.
Oh, the nice big one with the 3 handles. Lovely. You only came in yesterday.
Well, it's got 85 on it. What can you do on that?
£60 would be the very, very best.
I'll take that. £60.
Yeah, it's a good buy, though.
Oh, it's lovely.
Plus, there's the deal they did earlier.
And I also like your Art Deco drink markers. You said 45
I
on
guess
those
45 they can be, yeah.
earlier. So £105.
105 in total. That'd be lovely.
Nicely done. And with those 2 items acquired, Catherine now has 1,140 left. Earn to follow. But before they hit the road, some refreshments. And one-time confectionery shop vendor Catherine is serving.
What I really, really want.
What would you like, sir?
I would like 3 dark chocolate Brazil nuts, please.
Where are they?
Come on.
Behave!
What else do you want?
Dark chocolate ginger.
Oh, my God, you like all the horrible ones.
I thought I said 3.
How many did I put in?
2.
Shut up.
Shut up, sir.
And now I'd like some candy floss, please.
There's your stick.
Yeah.
Here's my stick.
Yeah.
Let's see who's the best. This is fantastic. I've never done this. This is absolutely brilliant. There we are. There's mine.
Okay.
Nice and
Right,
neat.
out of here. I'm going to have a go.
That looks perfect. Looks like a feather duster.
Don't nudge me. Hey, play nicely.
That's rubbish. That is really rubbish. What do you think?
I would say Catherine's looks a lot more presentable.
Thank you.
I was robbed.
Hey, it was only a bit of fun, Phil. Because there is, after all, a much more pressing competition underway. And Catherine's already in the driving seat for that one.
Oh, I don't like it when we start to go up hills, though.
Oh, Lordy. Go on then, Flory girl.
Come on!
Go on, give it some.
Give it some welly!
Those 2 are now close to the Wiltshire border, where young Phil is about to be deposited at Fovant. Most towns and villages have memorials to 2 world wars. But the rolling hills of Wiltshire tell a story that deserves to be much better known. Phil's meeting Helen Roberts, head of publications for the Southon Badges Society, to find out more.
Oh, blimey, Helen, how are you?
Very well, thank you. Nice to see you.
I tell you what, it's fresh here, isn't it?
It is, certainly.
Isn't this fantastic?
Yeah.
The Southon Badges are a collection of memorials carved 50 metres high into the hillside, a lasting reminder of the army base that was here during World War I.
It was a huge camp here, up to 20,000 soldiers at any one
out
time. It had cinemas, it had a hospital.
Really?
And all these fields would have been full of camp huts. And as you can see, there's not really anything left.
Where'd they all go?
Once the war was over, the soldiers and their buildings soon disappeared, but Helen's taking Phil to get a much closer look at what remains. Mind your step.
It's a bit of a schlep up here, isn't it?
It is a steep
I didn't
climb.
sign up for this, you know.
And I haven't told you it gets worse.
What?
There are 10 badges here, of which 9 are survivors from the original 20.
So they would have brought shovels and everything up, and it's reported that they had to be up working early before the rifle ranges started working.
Well, it was dark.
So yes, so there's reports that they started at 4 a.m. and had to be down by 7.
Wiltshire's unique chalky geology, which over the centuries has inspired the creation of several white horses, offered ideal conditions for those Tommy artists to create from the land.
This is the chalk, and obviously in the wet weather it looks quite grey, but in the in the summer this will bleach up beautifully white.
It was certainly quite a lot of work. In fact, it's estimated that the badges would have taken about 50 men 6 months to complete.
We think this is the first one,
Yeah.
cut out in 1916.
Why?
I think it was very much used as a distraction
Yeah.
for the soldiers from life in camp. And what better than to carve your regimental badge on the hillside as a lasting reminder of your presence here. This is the London Rifle Brigade badge, and they were a battalion from the City of London regiment, and then it became a bit of a competition with other regiments, because
Yeah.
obviously we had lots here, to create their own badges. So at one point they were up to 20.
I think they're hugely evocative. You know, this is done in 1916. You think, how many of the guys who did this came back?
I know.
Projects in the 50s and the 70s, often involving veterans, helped restore the badges, and preservation continues today with contractors and volunteers looking after things.
It is a battle to maintain the chalk, keeping it fresh and white. So
Yeah.
Leslie is there busy removing some of the weeds.
Conservation Officer Leslie has been doing this for 7 years.
I tell you what, that looks like hard work to me.
Keeps you warm, though. Keeps you warm.
So, what are you actually doing?
Just tidying up the profile. You can see that the grass has grown into the line of the profile. Just
So you want me to hack that
cut the
out?
edge and lift it up, and pull it in, and then you hoy it over there. Perfect.
I hope I'm not doing more harm than good here.
No. I think you've got a job for life, though.
He's a grafter, our Phil. Just like the soldiers who created the original badges.
And this isn't their day's work. This is kind of...
They did it for regimental pride. And by the time I think it got to about 6:30, they should slide down here on their shovels, like that.
Really?
Yes.
I'll let you do that. I think you've got a big enough shovel for me.
Thanks to people like Leslie and Helen who have maintained the badges, Wiltshire's hills still gleam with a poignant reminder of those who served. Now, back to Dorset, where Catherine's raised the roof, en route to the town of Sherburn. Once the home of Tudor adventurer Sir Walter Raleigh, in fact it was a gift from the Queen for his various acts of service. I wonder if Catherine can make any interesting discoveries in the Sherburn Antiques Market.
Oh, hello, Catherine. Philip.
Nice to meet you. It looks like you have an awful lot for me to see in here. I'll see you both later.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Phil and Craig are nicely turned out, a bit like their establishment, which should give our keen-eyed shopper with £1,140 at her disposal plenty to ponder.
What do you think? Yay, nay?
Lovely.
God, would you just love to see Phil in this? That would be genius.
Especially if he could lay his hands on a nice matching scarf. Now, what's she got there? Enlighten us, please.
What do you think this is? We can tell that it's Chinese. We've got these lovely carved dragons around the outside and the character symbols, and this sort of bamboo shape all around the edge as well.
All very nice, but what exactly is it?
Let's have a look further.
Ah, thought so.
And this would have been your writing desk. And I think it's a really neat little thing. What's the date? Well, I guess because it's sort of fairly loosely carved, it probably dates towards the end of the 19th century, creeping into the 20th century. £225 for this. If I can get this for a reasonable price, ladies and gentlemen, this is going with me. Hello, what do you think of this? Hello, my darling, what do you think? What do you think of the table? No. She says no, don't buy. I think yes, let's buy.
So, pooch opinions notwithstanding, that's on the list. Anything else?
Are they a pair? They're huge. I love things like this. So these are copper gas lamps. It's probably late Victorian. And I think that's rather nice. What's on that? 200. Is that for the pair?
Well, you could always ask one of the equally well-matched shopkeepers.
Philip! Oh, Philip.
Hello. Hello.
Can I borrow you 2 seconds?
Yes, let me come round.
Yes, come on, Philip.
Right. Your lamps.
Yes.
They're not a pair, are they?
No, they're £200 each. The best I would be able to do would be for £100.
I am very interested at £100.
And she's also partial to that Chinese writing table.
That is £225. Can you do anything on that?
We can do a special price for you. Would be £100 for that one.
Really? So the two for two?
Yes. So it'd be £100 each.
A special for me?
Because it's you.
Thanks, Philip. Third fill of the day. And that little splurge leaves her with £940. Plus, of course, her dear old chum Phil to collect. That's Phil 1.
I'm happy with what I bought.
I'm very happy with what I've bought.
Oh, are you?
Very, very happy.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
Are you saying that just to annoy me, or are you genuinely very happy?
Would I ever try and annoy you?
Nighty-night. Next morning, the weather's taken a turn for the worst, with the little Morgan looking all at sea.
Have you ever been on a big ocean liner?
No, I've been on one of those pedalo things.
Well, Captain Phil managed to plot a pretty good course on his shopping voyage yesterday, picking up a red duster flag and a Globe Vernica-style bookcase.
It's actually quite innovative.
Meaning he now has £985 in his war chest. While Catherine splashed out even more on some cocktail glass numbers, a Victorian street lamp, a Chinese writing desk and a jardiniere.
Tell me about your history. What garden have you been in?
Leaving £940 for her further purchases. And several huge puddles to steer their tiny craft through.
I've got a St. Christopher in my pocket that I'm gripping tightly.
I'm sure it will clear up soon. Back they go across the county line towards Salisbury. The splendid hometown of Dave D, Dozy, Beaky, Mick and Titch. I just hope there's a very big plaque in their honour around here somewhere. And there's Phil, having been dropped off at his first shop of the day, Salisbury Antique Centre. Lovely. 14,000 square feet covered with antique English and continental furniture. No shabby chic here.
This is a proper antique shop. There are the most beautiful things in here. Here's a nest of tables. Come and have a look at these. There are 3 of these. There should actually be a 4th, and they're known as quartetto tables. This top is cross-banded. It's where the grain of the timber runs in a different direction to the rest of it.
It's all about how you cut and apply the timber.
You can just see a line down there and a line across there. And this is using 4 bits of very similar veneer, probably consecutive bits off the tree. And you can see it's almost like a mirror image. Because it's quarter veneered, it almost creates this kind of oval shape here. So these tables, originally they might have dated from
the Regency period, but they were reproduced in kind of Edwardian times. They're just really lovely tables. Not for me, because they're £750.
And a mere one step further on...
This is a Windsor chair. And Windsor chairs are great because if you look at the leg on that chair, the back actually flows down into the legs. But if you look at this one, everything meets in the seat. I mean, I really love that. £680. I didn't tell you you're in a proper antique shop.
Maybe not, but remember, he does still have almost £1,000. So there should be plenty here that he could plump for.
I love luggage. So if you're going to go on your holidays, how cool is that?
Very, but also £295. Wow.
You know, I bet this could tell some stories. We've got Paris to Rome. We've got some fantastic labels on here. And they make it. So this colour, this leather, this patinated leather, which is almost like kind of chewed toffee, and these labels make this just a really cool thing, you know.
Don't pack your bag just yet, not unless you're buying it. How about something in economy?
This is Edwardian. It's mahogany. I quite like that little shell inlay in the middle of it. Probably 1900, 1910. It's just a sweet little tray, you know. I mean, if you bought your 6 o'clock gin and tonic on there, it would just taste so much better, wouldn't it?
With room for an olive or two besides.
And there's no price on it. But I could perhaps put that together with this. Now, is that a little shallow pedestal dish that perhaps would have had fruit in it? Or is it the cover of something and you would have taken that cover off? Well, the truthful answer is I don't know, but I think it's got a lovely colour to it, and that also has no price on it. So I think it might be time to ask.
I think a decision has been made.
Look out, Southon, I'm on your tail.
Breathe in. Oh, and let's have a word with shopkeeper Chris about those.
In my book, these two are like a tenner each.
Doesn't quite cut it, Phil.
What does cut it?
30 quid the two.
Split the difference.
So 35.
No, that's not. No. I know I didn't teach maths at school. I taught geography, but I do know that splitting the difference between 20 and 30 is actually 25.
Right.
How's that grab you? Go on, be a gentleman.
Right here. Yeah, we'll do that.
Okay, you're a star. Thank you.
Thanks, Phil.
2 items of Treen purchased for not very much leaves him with £960. He just has to work out what that one actually does. Now, back to Catherine and those puddles.
Woo! I didn't want to drive through that. It is spring, and there are some spring flowers somewhere, but it doesn't quite feel like it. This weather's a bit dull today.
Watch out, there's another one. She's heading south towards the town of Lyndhurst in the county of Hampshire. And the New Forest National Park, with a very nice antique centre in which to make her last purchases before the auction. There's 40 dealers vying for Catherine's spare cash and plenty of antiques, collectibles and curios to catch a buyer's eye. And proprietor Jason will be happy to help. Hello, things are looking up.
You may be looking at this thinking that it is a Christmas decoration, thinking that it is an enlarged Christmas bauble, because that is essentially what it looks like. It's actually a witch's ball. It's something that, according to tradition, would have been hung in the window to ward off evil spirits.
They apparently see themselves and don't come in.
And this is a nice early one because you do get reproductions of this that you look to check that it's tarnished in some way. This has got a nice big sort of mark on it as well. It's not too shiny. And as you can see, that this one is hand-blown, which makes us think that it's actually a lot earlier. Maybe it's sort of 1840s, certainly early Victorian.
And there's a couple more.
I've never bought one. Now might be the time. Jason, how much for your witch's ball?
I'm afraid, traditionally, Catherine, we can't sell those.
Why ever not?
It's bad luck.
So you don't want to sell it to me?
I'm afraid not, no.
Oh, Jason.
I know.
I've just
No,
stood,
they
I've
are
just
lovely.
risked my
They are
life
lovely,
on this
yeah,
ladder.
yeah. You can give them.
That could work.
What, you could give it to me?
Well,
Here we are then.
maybe I shouldn't have said that, but yeah, selling them for money is bad.
OK, right, well, better go and start again then. Thanks very much.
Thanks very much.
Right, off I go.
Curses. Now, let's catch up with Phil down beside the seaside. No sign of a pedalo, though, at the nearby Hampshire port of Southampton. Famously the place to get on board a great ocean liner, although Phil's here for the Robin's Nest Emporium.
Just wondering if the plural of emporium is emporia. Latin scholar, don't you know?
Festinare commodo. Or get a move on.
Hi.
Hi, good morning.
I'm Phil, how are you?
I'm Gemma.
Goodness me, this is huge, this place, isn't it?
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, really, really cool.
Well, take a look around then. This former bank has numerous dealers, so Phil should have no problem making a withdrawal. He's got £960 left.
You're hoping for an undiscovered treasure, aren't you? Something that's just lurking away, waiting to be lifted up, taken out. So we'll have a good look round and see what we can find.
Looking. Finding!
So this is probably a piece of silver, 1862, Birmingham hallmark. Birmingham is quite famous for assaying toys. Toys small bits of silver, like Vesta cases, snuff box, little ladies' purses. And that's really beautiful.
175, that one.
But I think at that price, for me, it's probably all the money. Beautiful though, isn't it?
Very beautiful, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Meanwhile, back in the New Forest, whither his chum?
I need to look for something that's a guaranteed profit.
Well, that would always be welcome.
It's a rather nice leather case with a little hook there. Open it up and you've got a set of bullseye agate buttons, so dress buttons for a gentleman. And these buttons do sell well. The price on these is £29, that's not bad. I think there's a profit there on those. Yeah, definitely. It's a lovely case, nice velvet lining, Victorian, 1870 to 1880. Yeah, they are definitely a possibility.
That's the safe option. Anything a bit more thrilling?
Ah, this is cool. Oh, I like this. Come and have a look at this.
A classic car accessory.
So nice sort of shaped leather and silver plate outer case with these little clips on the back. That would be clipped on to a dashboard, a very simple dashboard for 1920s, 1930s car. This would have been for the lady travelling in the back, the lady who couldn't possibly drive. And here are all her accoutrements. So her little powder pot and the little perfume bottle there.
Very nice.
And you've got a mirror. What else have you got? Little notebook. Oh, that's cute. Little address book. And pencil. What are they asking for that? Oh my gosh, £189. That's quite a lot, isn't it? I've never ever seen anything like that.
So, two very different items to consider. Something inexpensive for a gentleman or a rather lavish item for a lady. Maybe Jason can help Catherine decide. Here he comes.
Jason.
Oh.
I'm really drawn towards this.
Yeah. If you wanted another one, you could go around the whole of England trying to
You
find
will
one.
never find it.
But you will find agate
Hundreds of
buttons.
those. Well, not hundreds.
Maybe not a set of 6, but that you'd never find.
And what about that guaranteed profit she was after?
I think it could make an awful lot of money. I would cut to the chase and say £130.
What about the...
The buttons I'll do for 20.
I think I need to have a coffee. I need to have a bit of caffeine to make a decision.
Have another thing.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
While she mulls that over, let's see how Phil's faring.
So that's kind of like a cool, vintagey, retro coffee table. It's got these 4 reeded legs united by stretchers. Well, that's priced up at 15 quid.
Bingo!
Gemma, I am the last of the big spenders.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
It's priced up at 15 quid.
Yep.
I'm going to pay you your £15. There we are.
That's great, thank you.
Thank you very much. Lord above.
Mind your back, Phil. That's him shopped up now with 945 left over. Meanwhile, in Lyndhurst, Catherine's made her mind up.
Right, decision made.
Miracle.
Go on then.
What do you think?
Well...
What do you think I've gone for?
I think maybe the vanity case, possibly, because it's makeup, you know, and it's a bit more feminine. Girls love a bit of makeup.
We love a bit of makeup. But I think it's really nice to buy something that you've never seen before. And I've never seen it, and I don't know what's going to happen.
That's the way we like it.
There you are. That's it. I wanted to spend that today.
Well, but if you spend more money, you might make more money.
Jason's quite a salesman.
If it goes wrong, shall I come and blame you?
Now, caveat emptor, as they say in Latin.
Jason,
Thank you very much.
Been really lovely.
That's
Thanks
brilliant.
very much. Do you do washing up?
That risky but fun final purchase means
Bye.
that Catherine has £810 for the rest of the trip. So, back to the Morgan with auction number 2 coming up soon.
Are you feeling confident?
Well, this time I've really thrown money at it.
Really?
Yeah. I've spent just over £400, Phil.
Really?
That's a lot of money.
I've spent, I think, 320.
Yeah, well, there you go. I just went go big or go home. And I feel I may be going home.
No.
Time for some shut-eye. Welcome to Rosewell, the former mining village which will be the venue for their second sale room experience. After rummaging all around Dorset, Wiltshire and Hampshire, our experts have now headed back towards Midlothian at Thompson Roddick, where they'll be selling in the room, on the net and on the phone. And Sibel Thompson wields the gavel.
At £300.
Slightly nervous.
No, we're going to have lots of fun today.
Are we?
Lots.
Talking of which, Phil parted with £320 for his 5 auction lot offering.
This is a nice example of a stacking bookcase. A nice Edwardian one. Shame it doesn't have glass fronts and there's no magic name like Globe Wernick on it, but it's a nice bookcase, and bookcases are always popular.
Catherine splashed out quite a bit more, with £435 spent, also on 5 lots.
I think my favourite piece, because it is such a statement of time, is actually the Caravanity set. I just think it's so unique. I don't think it'll make a fortune, but there's just something about it.
Enter the gladiators. It's almost time.
I think this is going to be good for us. We want good things.
Starting out with Catherine's weighty jardiniere. Good decision not to try to lift it, by the way.
Nice, this look lovely in the garden, and I've got lots of interest, and I'm at 42 bid. 42 for the
I really
garden.
have
42.
high hopes for this.
48, 50,
Good.
5, 60, 5, 70, 5, 80, 80,
It's a
80
lovely
pounds.
thing.
Anyone else going on at £80? At £80.
Well, it's profit.
Catherine's off to a very fine start.
I was hoping a bit more.
You change. I can remember when you were just, you know, happy to be here. Now it's, oh, well, it's a small profit.
It is the whole point of being here.
Profit.
Southampton to come just for a day out, Phil.
Let's not get tetchy, shall we? Rather sit back and see how well Phil's Globe Wernick-style bookcase fares.
I'm slightly anxious about this next lot, you know.
Well, I think you should be very proud that you actually went for that.
Yeah,
Because
I
I
know.
don't think I would have the guts to do that.
Well, I'm kind of hoping everybody else has got a vision, otherwise I'm absolutely up a blind alley here.
Kippered.
£100 for it.
£100
I've got
straight.
100 bid. 110, 110 online at 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160, 160, 170, 180, 180. Nice bookcase. 180, 190, 200.
There you go.
200, 200. Anyone else
Stop
going
there.
on at 200, 200? Can I tempt anybody in the room at £200?
Well, you are miserable, aren't you?
Well, so would you be if you'd lost money?
You're right, Phil. She would be. Nice bookcase, though.
If I upset you.
180.
Oh, Phil. I love it when you lose.
No.
Back to Catherine and her cocktail glass numbers with case.
Why dream markers?
Because you might get yours mixed up with somebody else, and you don't want to get your germs on somebody else's drink.
great fun this, and starting straight in at 10, 12, 15, 18, 20.
What did you pay them?
20,
45.
22, 25, 28, 28, 30, 32, 32, 35, 38,
I'm home and dry.
38, 40, 42, 42. Never seen another set. 45,
No,
45.
I've never seen
It's on
them.
the internet. 48,
Keep
48, 48, 48. Any advance on 48?
I thought they were rare.
Pounds. 127.
It's only £3.
Bloody okay, it's £3 more than I've made so far.
Plus, Catherine is already 1-0 up, eh, Phil?
You win some and you lose some. Oh no, I did win.
Oh yeah, I did win, didn't I?
You just win.
Phil's flag is next. Definitely not the surrendering sort, remember?
Why did you let me buy this flag for 50 quid?
Do you think you paid too much?
Yeah, I do. Why did you let me buy this?
50.
I shouldn't be allowed out on my own.
And who would like to start me? £20 for it. Oh, everywhere. 22, 22, 25, 25. Bid up online at 25. Anyone else going on? 28, 28, 28. Who can attempt at 28? I'm selling it with Gavin at 28.
anybody,
What for your
please.
money at 28? Anyone else going on at £28?
This is not funny.
Carrot go bangle.
Titter ye not! It's no laughing matter.
Well, this is all going wonderfully well, isn't it?
350, make no mistake.
It is for someone. Here's Catherine's latest lot, the Chinese desk.
And we've started straight in at 35, 45, 50. £50 online, 55 in the room at 55, 60, 5, 70, 5,
I paid 100 for this.
80, 5,
Keep going.
90, 5, 100, 110, 110, 110 in the room at 110, 120.
20.
120, 130. Bid up online at
I don't like you
130.
anymore.
140 against you, madam. Anyone else going on at 140? Selling on the internet at 140, 150. What's the delay at 150? 150, 160. 160. Anyone else going on at 160 at £160? 229.
Happy days. Happy dance.
Everyone's a winner, eh, Catherine?
You rub it into me every opportunity. Oh, look, Phil, that's made a profit. Oh, look, Phil, that's made... Oh, bad luck,
This is
Phil.
new. This is
Bad
wonderful.
luck, Phil. That didn't do quite as well as you thought, did it?
Now for one of Phil's less risky items, the little tray.
When was the last time anybody bought an Edwardian gallery tray?
It's quite boring.
All right, okay.
And I've got 10, 12, 15, 18, 20. £20, 20 bid.
What did you pay?
20 bid,
Oh, my God,
20
profit.
bid,
What did you
20
pay?
bid,
Uncharted
20 bid.
Uncharted
Any advance
territory.
on 20. Nice little tray. Can I tempt anybody else at 20?
paid
Anyone
£15
else
for
going
it.
on
You
can't say any more than
at
nice, though, can
£20?
All right.
5039.
You're horrid.
No, well done. I'm
You're
really
horrid.
joking.
Could Phil's fortunes have turned, albeit modestly?
You didn't expect to get 3 figures on it, did you? Let's be honest.
Don't love you anymore. You son.
Nice.
No, you're not. You're not, you're not, you're not.
Well done.
You're just slipping the knife into the ribs where it really hurts.
Can Catherine carry on making profits, though? Her street lamp is next. Here we go.
Do you not think it should be on something? Like a pole or something?
Of course it should be on something.
It's really short. What do you want a street lamp that's down there for?
Now, no home should be without one of these.
Oh, God.
£100 for it. 100 for a street lamp. 100. £50 for it. 50. £30 to make a start. 30. 30 bid. 30 bid. 32
Go away.
online. 32. 32.
Oh, this is gonna be
32.
£100.
35.
Stop it.
35. 38. 40.
Keep going.
42. 45. 45.
It's still going.
45.
Keep
48. 48, 48, 50. I'll ignore him, don't worry.
Please.
50.
Thank you.
50. Now, who am I missing at 50? There must be somebody
Silly.
else who can visualise it at 50. 55, 55, 55. At £55. 45.
No wonder he's amused all of a sudden. Another loss like that, and it could be close.
I don't like the way she hangs out for all your goods here, you know. I think she's trying to eke out every penny for you, she is.
Girl power.
Next up, Phil's mystery Treen. He's decided it's a stand. Probably.
So it's this kind of boxwood, treeny, sycamore-y thingamajig, what's it?
So a useless object then.
Yeah, well, I have specialised in those throughout the years.
Very nice this, and who'd like to start? Made £30 for the bowl.
Go on, get in it.
30, 20, £10 for the nice little bowl. 10 bid in the room at 10.
Someone's taking
12
pity on you.
online. 15, 18, 18, and selling it. I'd have another, madam. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I would. Yes, it
At
is.
18.
No, it's not.
18. Anyone else going on? 20 pounds. Can't say I don't work hard. 22.
You do.
22, 25, 28. 28. Can I not tempt anybody else at 28? At £28.
You're the chef, don't you?
And no wonder. He's just got a bit closer.
It's the little things in life.
I was going to say, maybe you should stick to the smaller items.
Catherine's last lot is her biggest risk, the in-car vanity set.
And who would like to start? Mid £50 for the car vanity
I paid
set.
130, paid a lot of money for
£50, 30 bid.
This is an automobilia collector's lot.
35, 38, 40, 2, 5, 45. Make no
Tempted to
mistake,
bid
it's
50
on the
quid
book
'cause I
at
feel sorry for you.
48,
Oh, no.
48, 50.
This is a good thing.
50, at 50, 55, 60 pounds.
I really need the
65,
internet.
70 pounds. Anyone else going on at 70? At 70 pounds.
So how much that cost you?
Lot 145, you're an echo pendant.
A brave buy, Catherine. Never mind.
Wasn't that a good thing?
Oh, yeah. You should have bought a few more of them.
480.
They are now about neck and neck, with only Phil's inexpensive table to go.
And it's starting on the internet at 10 bid for the coffee table. At 10. First
What did you pay?
at 10, 12,
£15, I
15,
think.
15. Useful little table at 15, 18, 20, 2, 5, 25, 28, 30. Anyone else going on at 30? Selling on the internet at 30. At
You cheered
£30.
up.
Pounds.
Really cheered up. You've been miserable as sin earlier on.
It's amazing what the chance of an unlikely victory can do, isn't it?
Have you any idea who's won this?
It's quite hard, this one.
5165.
I think we better rely on...
Yeah? Powers that be.
Well, the not so impressive figures have been totted up, and Catherine, after auction costs, has ended up with a loss of £96.34. While Phil, also with sale room fees deducted, made a slightly smaller loss of £69.08. So he is hereby declared the winner of this auction, meaning they're now level pegging, with 3 more to go.
Some gambles didn't pay off.
Well, that was all right, wasn't it? Really
Well, yeah,
enjoyed
it was
that.
good for you, wasn't
excellent.
it?
Yeah.
You're
Very
happy,
off
aren't you?
She's a sore loser, frankly.
Next on Antiques Road Trip, Gone with the Wind.
Are we near a farm?
It's not you, is it?
No, it's not me.
No, I'm just checking. I was just checking.
Breakfast at Tiffany's.
This is like Christmas and my birthday all in one.
And carry on screaming